On Friday, November 8th, there was a hearing in the Vic Mignogna versus Funimation, Monica Rial, Ron Toye, and Jamie Marchi case to determine whether or not Jason Lemoyne, the attorney for Monica Rial and Ron Toye, would have the ability to depose Chris Slatosh, the owner of Kamea-Con. The hearing took place around 1:30 in the afternoon. It was not very long, and let's see how that turned out. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. As stated in the intro, today, November 8th, there was a hearing in the Vic Mignogna case, and the hearing was over whether or not Jason Lemoyne would be able to call in Chris Slatosh for deposition, or whether, and further, whether or not Vic Mignogna's team would be awarded sanctions for what they called a frivolous attempt to depose Chris Slatosh in violation of a discovery stay. The short and sweet answer is simply the judge denied both parties' motions, okay? Which means that Jason will not be able to depose Chris Slatosh. Now, I know there's some very intellectually honest people out there in places like Law Twitter who have definitely not been talking up how great it will be to get Chris Slatosh deposed and how this is going to work and how Jason is the smartest and bestest lawyer on the entire planet. And I'm sure they're not all now going to suddenly have massively always been saying that, oh yeah, well, we never thought this was going to go through. I'm sure that's not going to happen because these people have honesty and integrity on their side. It's rolling off of them in spades. They've always admitted when they've been wrong about things. But of course, they've never been wrong because they've never had to admit when they've been wrong because they've always thought this would go exactly as it's gone, exactly at every single phase. They've never been surprised. But I'll humbly suggest that that Chris Slatosh will not be deposed. That was clear. The judge denied their motion to depose him. That's just not going to happen. The judge seemed to indicate that this would be a violation of some sort of discovery stay or that they were outside of the discovery window. I'm not sure on which one of those. I'm not sure if he even stated specifically which one it was, but he did seem to indicate to the parties that they should seek permission from the court to actually depose someone rather than trying to just compel deposition. Or I should say seek permission from the court to even conduct additional discovery. You can't just engage in a whole bunch of discovery when the judge just wants you to submit your attorney's fees and sanction requests so he can rule on it. Now, Vic's team, which has got additional counsel now from Martinez Sue, was there with along with Ty Beard today. There may be some confusion over that. People, I believe some people might think that this is replacement counsel or whatever. This is not replacement counsel. These guys are friends and colleagues of Ty. As I mentioned before, in regards to On Lee, one of the partners from the firm, they were opposed to Ty on a different case. Were very, very competent counsel, very impressive, and from them being an opposition party in a different case, he brought them into this case as additional counsel. They're local to Tarrant County. They practice in front of these judges, and he thought they would be a great addition to the team. So they're on there together. Some people are under the impression that they're new or replacement counsel or whatever. They're not. This is expansion of the team, not a changing of the guard or anything like that. So I'm under the impression that Mr. Martinez is the one who handled the hearing today. And they did the motion for sanctions against Jason Lemoyne. Now, while the judge seemed to agree that they should not be able to conduct discovery without leave of the court to do so, he was hesitant to issue sanctions. And I think that was kind of suspected. I was not a big fan of the argument that they were clearly violating a discovery stay personally. But you know, you file for the sanctions and you put the judge on notice that you think these guys are acting like trash heaps, and then you hope that the next time you have to file sanctions, maybe the judge will do it. I thought it would be really funny if they got sanctioned, but frankly, I was excited to see someone at least punch back in this case and say, no, the other side's acting like children or dirtbags and or dirtbag children. And they've done that. They've let them know. The judge also seemed to indicate that he was not inclined to have Ty Beard questioned in his courtroom. That's one of the recent requests, was to subpoena Ty and to have him questioned on cross-examination. The judge, like I said, the judge indicated that he wasn't really inclined to do so. And so I suspect we'll see a motion to quash coming, or a motion for protective order and to prevent the subpoena will be coming sometime soon. I don't know if that's the case, but given the indication that the judge seemed opposed to the idea, I think that would be the natural next step. And just as a final little funny from the hearing, I am told, now I don't have the transcript yet. As soon as we have the transcript, I will go through it. I will go through the transcript and talk about, you know, we can actually read what happened at the hearing. I don't know. Admittedly, I will have a particular side of this story, and we won't have any inflection from the transcript, but we'll at least be able to see the words that are on paper. So until then, I am told that that Judge Chupp may have said at some point, and I believe this is on the record, so we'll get to verify it in the transcript, but I'm told that Judge Chupp may have told Jayshawn Lemoine, seems like maybe you aren't so confident that your appeal will go through, or that you'll win on appeal. It's gotta sting, Jayshawn. If the judge issuing the order thinks that maybe you're lacking a little confidence, maybe you should be. I don't know. We'll see. I can tell you, you know, there's a new team of lawyers that has joined into this, and not a lot of lawyers want to hitch their boat to a sinking ship. So they may see the holes that might exist being pluggable. I haven't talked to any of them. I don't know, but I would suspect that I'm not the only lawyer on earth who thinks there's a pretty decent chance that this gets overturned on appeal, at least in part. At least in part. And I think one of those other lawyers might be Judge Chupp. So that's what I've got for you today. Happy to bring some good news of a you know, a minor victory is still a victory, and those are always a little refreshing, especially after getting pounded at the TCPA hearing itself. It was nice to see a little bit of a turnaround from that, and to see some positive movement in the case. My working theory is the same as what it's been for a while. I don't think Judge Chupp wants to sit here and screw around with a whole bunch of stuff prior to just issuing a sanctions or a order for the attorney's fees and sanctions. I don't think he wants to conduct discovery. I don't think he wants to drag this out and bring a whole bunch of people in. I don't think he wants any of that. I think what he wants to do is get his request for attorney's fees and sanctions, have the hearing, issue the ruling, and then let the appeals court do what it's going to do. He already knows the appeals court is going to look over everything de novo. He knows the likelihood is that his order isn't going to matter at the end of the day, because the theme of the order is going to matter more than the exact text, because the appeals court's going to go through and verify what he does or pare it back if they don't like it. So I think he wants to get it out of his courtroom so it can be dealt with by the appeals court, and the parties can go from there. But we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Happy to report on this for you. I told you I would yesterday. Just so you know, as soon as I have a transcript on this, we'll incorporate it into a live stream. So if you're not familiar, I live stream pretty much every weeknight from from 11 p.m. Central to about 2 a.m. Central Time. So if you're new to the channel, or if you're just seeing this for the first time, come check it out. We talk about Vic a lot, but we talk about all sorts of legal subjects as well. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching with me today, and hope you have a good day. Peace. Peace.